Hello everyone, this is just a dad. So who's gonna win between these brand new robot vacuums? Here I got the Dreame X40, retails for $1,900. And here I've got the brand new Roborock S8 MaxV Ultra. It retails for $1,800. I bought both of these vacuum cleaners with my own money, and I'm gonna give you an honest review. We're gonna see how well they pick up these muddy paw prints and vacuum. We're gonna see how each one of them cleans up 9 muddy paw prints. We've got a rug here with some long hairs on it. We got some coffee grounds in the corner. We're gonna see how well they do. And then we're gonna put equal amounts of dirt and material on the floor. Let's talk about the robots for just a minute here. They both have a clean water tank. This is where you're gonna put the clean water, and a dirty water tank. So after they're finished cleaning the mop pads, they're gonna suck up the dirty water into the dirty water tank. Here's the dirty water tank. It's a little bit smaller on the Roborock, and the clean water tank. Down here, they both have a dust bag that's going to collect the robot. Everything's going to go around and vacuum up inside, and then it's going to collect it after it's all done. Here on the Roborock, it's right here. And each one of them has a concentrated solution tank. So you're going to put the Robo concentrated solution right here, and the Dreame concentrated solution right here. And it's going to mix the concentrated solution with the fresh water and fill up the internal tank inside the robot, so that when it's going around mopping your floor, it is putting down some water to wet the mop pads. And then it also uses it to help clean the mop pads when the job is done. Okay, so here's the bottom of both of the robots. The Dreame X40 uses spinning mop pads and a single brush roller to do the vacuuming, and a side brush that it can extend. It also has a carpet sensor so it can detect when it's on carpet. Drive wheels over here. The Roborock's got 2 brush rollers. It also has a carpet sensor, a side brush that it can extend. It also has this little mop pad that it can move up and down, and this has a flat mop pad. Now, the Dreame uses spinning mop pads, and it can raise and lower them also, but it also can leave them back at the base station. Now, the way the Roborock works is underneath the mop pad, these vibrate. So it can lower the mop pad, it can raise and lower the mop pad, but when it's down, it's going to vibrate these, and that's what helps scrub the floor. Over here on the Dreame, it can remove the mop pads, leave them at the base station, but it can also extend this one side mop pad. It can extend it out, which I'm going to show you. Now, once in a while, you will have to replace these mop pads, but both base stations will wash the mop pads. Both base stations can heat the water. They're going to heat the clean water, and they can wash the mop pads with hot water. After they're done with the job, they're both going to blow hot air onto the pads to dry them. Now, the Roborock uses a high-speed brush that it goes back and forth, and this rotates at a high speed. Over here, the robot will spin the mop pads. The base station is going to put hot water down, and then this is a scraper that helps keep the base station clean. They both auto-empty their systems right there, and they both will fill the robot up with that tube in the back and charge it. Okay, so here's the Dreame X40. Here's the dustbin. As it goes around your house, it's going to vacuum everything up into this dustbin, and then when it's done, it's going to auto-empty into the filter bag there. Over here on the Roborock, it's got a dustbin also, and it's going to remove everything out of this dustbin also. It's got a little bit bigger filter area.
Dustbin installed.
But everything's going to come out this side right here on both of them. Both of them use LiDAR up at the top to map your house. They both do a really good job of mapping your house. And in the map, you can put no-go zones. They both have 3 buttons up here. You can do start cleaning, go to dock, or spot clean. They both have a camera on the front. Now, both of them, you can turn that camera on or off. If you wanted to take pictures of obstacles, so say it comes across a shoe in the middle of the floor, this can take a picture of it and show you in the app, but you can also turn that feature off if you would like. By default, it's off already. You have to go in and turn it on. Now, and both of them use this camera for really good obstacle avoidance. And even if you have the camera turned off, it still has really good obstacle avoidance. These robots are able to detect like a cable on the ground, anything that's low to the ground, but also the LiDAR will detect something that's a little bit higher. They both have a light on the front, so if they're in a dark room, they can turn a light on to help them navigate.
Starting selected room cleaning.
Okay, I'm gonna have the Roborock S8 MaxV clean this room first. Now, both of them, the first thing they're gonna do is they're gonna wash their mop pads. And that's gonna do two things. It's gonna get it clean, but it's also gonna get it wet so that when it starts mopping, that it's already wet. And the robot has an internal tank that will spray water on top of the mop pad to keep it wet while it's mopping. Now, both of these robots have settings. You can have it go back to the base station and clean its mop pads by room or by time. Now, if you've got it set to like 10 minutes, you are going to use quite a bit of water, but that if you have a really bad mess, that might be good. And during this process, you're going to hear a water pump kick on, and then you're going to hear the dirty water pump kick on, and it's going to suck the water out of the base station into the dirty water tank. It even cleans that little side brush. Both of them take about 2 minutes before they start cleaning. Okay, the Roborock is done washing its mop. It's going to start cleaning this room. So the Roborock can raise and lower that mop pad 20 millimeters. When it senses carpet, it will raise it. Now, this is the first pass on the muddy paw prints. It did a pretty good job. And both of them have dirt detect technology, which their sensor on the front can detect if there's dirt on the floor, and it will go over and mop it again. Now the Roborock is staying clear of that cable that's on the floor. That it can sense that cable, and it will take a picture of it and show me in the app. Now see, it raised its mop pads because it's on carpet. And it increases the suction power when it's on carpet. Okay, we have some coffee in the corner. Doesn't quite extend that arm sometimes. But it is able to mop right next to the kitchen cabinets because of that little spinning mop that it puts down. All right, it's going to start mopping the muddy paw prints. It's doing a good job of cleaning that rug. Again, 20 millimeters is able to lift that up. It's really high. Yeah, it got that rug all clean. I think it's sensing the mud on the floor, yep. And it's kind of going over the muddy paw prints. Yeah, it does a good job of getting next to carpet. And there it lifts the mop pads. Okay, now it's going back and forth the other direction on these muddy paw prints. So what it's doing now is it's just mopping. It sensed those muddy paw prints, it turns the vacuum off, and now it's only mopping. That's pretty neat. Some of those are some pretty big muddy paw prints too. Wow. Okay, so now it's not done. It just wants to wash the mop. So it's going to come back to the base station, wash the mop with hot water. Now both of them in their app, they can show you exactly where they've been
Starting to wash the mop.
on the floor. I clicked on that little icon and it says dirt type, wet dirt. Okay, S8 is going to resume cleaning now. It washed its mop. And it goes right back to where it left off. Yep, it's doing a good job. Okay, the S8 is all done. It's going to head back.
Dustbin removed.
It's going to remove everything that it picked up in the dustbin, all that hair and everything. It did an excellent job on this carpet. It did pick up all the crumbs and everything off of the linoleum. It left a little bit in the corner. Now these were pretty extensive muddy paw prints. I'd say it got about 90% of them. There is a few streaks right through here. And look who made these muddy paw prints. I guess you get a treat. Okay, so the Roborock app, and I've had some glitches with it. I'm trying to open it up. I know sometimes you got, after it's done, you got to let it upload the map, and
I cannot understand this command.
it can take a while. And I know it can take a while for it to start, using it, but I've waited 20 minutes or so and it just won't load the map. And this is the app, I was using this iPad and I was using this to control it earlier. Now I went to my phone and now it works on my phone. I've had this happen to me several times and I don't know if it's because I have slow internet, but if I have slow internet, I don't think it would have worked on this one. But I want to show you, it does some really neat stuff. There's that picture. It does a dirt grime area. So it noticed that there was some dirt and grime and it actually took a picture of it. I was hoping it would have went over it a little bit more. There's that cable that it saw on the wall. The obstacle recognition is very good. There's that cable it avoided. Now again, you can turn this off. Again, I wish it would have went over that just a little bit more, but we're going to see how the Dreame's going to do. But I just wanted to show you this. Sometimes I run across this and I don't know what's going on. Now, the way I fix this on my iPad is I uninstall the app and reinstall it, which I should not have to do.
Dustbin.
Okay, so the Roborock is going to empty everything out of its dustbin. It's not very loud. After it's done emptying, it's going to wash the mop pads and then it's going to turn a fan on. You can hear that fan right now. It blows hot air on the mop pads from 2 to 4 hours, depending on what you have it set in the app. Okay, let's do the same test with the Dreame. I left the old muddy paw prints that were still there. I added 9 more, added a bunch of material to the carpet.
Start selected room cleaning.
Okay, the Dreame is going to do the same thing now. It's going to wash the mop pads. When it's done, it's going to start mopping and vacuuming. And you'll hear the same type of sounds. It's going to be putting a water pump, putting water down, heated water down below, and then sucking it up into the dirty water tank. Takes about 2 minutes. Okay, the Dreame X40 has undocked itself and it's getting ready to start. So you can extend that side brush when it thinks it's in a corner. Then it can extend that mop pad too. And it's going to start mopping the pup. And it is putting water down. You can see that. There's the first pass on the muddy paw prints. And the Dreame also does a good job of obstacle avoidance. It's going to avoid that cable right there and take a picture of it. Now the Dreame's going to do something a little different. I've got it set up in the app to where it's going to vacuum carpet after it's mopping, and it's going to take the mop pads off. So it's going to save the carpet for a little bit later. It's going to do the mopping and vacuuming the floor, and then it's going to go remove the mop pads and then go back and vacuum that carpet. But it can raise them also. You can set it up to where if you want it just to raise the mop pads and continue vacuuming, you can have that too. All right, here's that coffee in the corner. Yep, it does a really good job in corners. Then it's going to mop right up next to that, underneath the cabinets. All right, the Dreame is going over the muddy paw prints too. Now, it has dirt detect also. You'll notice it stopped vacuuming and only mopped. So its sensor on the front, there again, it detected the dirt, turned the vacuum off, and is mopping only. I think I even heard a pump kick on, put more fluid down. Yeah, it's doing a good job with those muddy paw prints. Yeah, I think I can hear a pump. When it does that, it turns a little pump on. I think it puts a little more solution down. Okay, the Dreame is going back to wash its mop pads. Or it could be to remove them and finish vacuuming that area. Yeah, it's going to remove the mop pads now. You'll hear a clunk, and then it's going to go vacuum that area, because that area over there still needs vacuumed.
Starts charging.
You'll hear them kind of turn for just a little bit, and then you'll hear a clunk. There it is.
Mop pads removed.
All right, it left the mop pads back there. It'll come back, reattach them, and clean them, but it wants to finish the job first. And it will increase the suction power when it senses that it's on carpet. It's doing a really good job of vacuuming. Wow, it's doing a good job on that carpet. Okay, the Dreame has finished. It's going to return to the dock, reinstall the mop pads, auto empty, and wash them with hot water. And when it's all done, it will also dry them with hot air from 2 to 4 hours, depending on what you've got it set in the app. It's not a very loud blower either. It's just like a small fan.
Empty.
Okay, there's the auto empty on the X40. It is a little bit quieter than the Dreame or the Roborock.
Cleaning mop pads.
And it's also going to clean the mop pads now. Okay, so I think the Dreame left about the same amount, and the vacuuming was a little, didn't do quite a good a job down there around the carpet area. Now, I like using the Clean Genius on the X40 because it can auto sense things like that dirt detect works. Now here's the X40, it saw that power cord. And it saw that as a robot could get stuck on this. It didn't do it did a dirt detect, but it doesn't show me on the app. On the Roborock, they have this smart plan. Both of them use AI to kind of help, you know, figure out where the dirty spots in your house are and how many times it's going to learn where more dirt is than normal, and it'll start cleaning that area a little bit more. You can do custom. Okay, now both of them have their fan on. The fans sound exactly the same, very low. Okay, I reinstalled the Roborock app. Yeah, and now it works. It makes you go through the setup again. You gotta, you know, I wish you didn't have to do all that again, but. So I had to reinstall the Roborock app for it to work. I don't know, that does seem like a problem, but I do love it. But they have a smart plan, just like, you know, they're using AI basically, just like the X40 has Clean Genius. I was actually hoping I was hoping both of them would come back and remop this area. They only did one pass. Now, the Roborock did sense that dirt and kind of went over it a bunch, and that really helped out a bunch. The Dreame did sort of the same thing. It didn't make quite as many passes, but the Dreame doesn't really have to make as many passes, I don't think, to do the actual cleaning. I think those spinning mop pads, I mean, I know it's hard to see when you've got the flat one. I mean, it is vibrating, but I think the Dreame does a little bit better job with the spinning mop pads. Now, the Dreame is also the quietest when it's vacuuming and mopping. You know, the Roborock, there's nothing wrong with it. It's relatively quiet, but boy, that Dreame is really quiet. And again, the Roborock might have done just a little bit better job of vacuuming, but the Dreame did a little bit better job in the corner. Now, both of them still left a little bit. And we can see there's that dirt. Again, they both kind of smear it. I could have had that set on like a quicker time, like after 10 minutes it goes back and washes itself. One thing I have noticed is, now the Dreame has bigger tanks, but I think the Dreame uses a little bit more water for its process, where the Roborock doesn't quite use much as water. It doesn't use quite as much water. Now the Dreame is super easy to work on the base station. The Roborock is okay, but cleaning that base station can be a little tricky. You know, with the Roborock you can just remove it, and it has a procedure in there for putting water and scrubbing it and sucking it out. I've tried that on the Roborock. It's a little tricky. And another point is Roborock parts and customer service, I think, are better than Dreame. Now, I have not had any problems with Dreame, but getting their vacuum bags, their side brushes, their mop pads, it just seems like they're lagging a little bit. I know third parties are making stuff, but Roborock seems to be a little bit ahead of the game as far as when they release a robot, the vacuum bags, the side brushes, everything kind of comes along with it. Okay, so I haven't forgot about the torture test. We're gonna try them both with a cable, an iPhone cable, which can be super hard to recognize, and some fake dog poop. We got a bunch of stuff in the carpet. We're gonna see how it does here also. And I will tell you, I've had these cleaning my basement, and neither one of them have gotten stuck. They both have great obstacle avoidance, kind of staying, and I've got some areas that are pretty tricky with lots of stuff on the floor sometimes, and it does go around them. Both of them return just fine. All right, back to the Roborock. Now, both of them have, I really like this, when it's cleaning an area, you can add an area during the process, and you can tell it to skip an area. Both of them have that. This is the Roborock app. You know, the apps have so much in common. Oh, and one thing, the Roborock, I never really got that side brush to extend. I've got it turned on, and I think it works, but I'd never really see it in extend. Man, that Dreame, that side brush is like clockwork. It does an excellent job of extending it. It knows right when it's in a corner or side of a room. And both of them are able to go over thresholds. Now, I think it did sense that poop. Anytime you see it kind of back up like that, it usually takes a picture. Oh no. You know, I don't know if any of these things are perfect. In the previous video, 9 out of 10 times, it avoided that fake dog poop. So again, I don't think any of them are 100% yet. You know, the Dreame X40 ran over the cable, or just a little bit, not much. Now it is pretty amazing how high it can lift that mop pad. That's 20 millimeters. That's extremely high. Okay, now it sensed the poop. It's like, I don't know what to do. Get me out of here. Oh, and it runs over the cable. Again, other video, it avoided the cable. None of these are 100% yet. Some do better than others. But I think as far as obstacle avoidance, I think the Roborock and the Dreame are about the same. Well, maybe not. Oh boy, yeah. We're having fun now. It's like, get me away. Now the Dreame never got that entangled with it, but we'll see again. You may, you know, every time I do these, it's not 100% each time. I can sit here and say, oh, it's going to avoid that. I would have bet $100 it would have avoided that dog poop, and it didn't. So, my very next video, I've got the Eufy X10 Pro Omni. I'm going to be comparing the probably both of them to it. Now the Roborock did recognize the pet feces. It just, see, there's me taking the picture, but it just didn't recognize it on the first pass. Now it's avoiding it. Yeah, and it did recognize the cable, just too late. So again, these things are really, really trying a lot. And if you don't want that picture taking ability, it's off by default. So if you don't want that, it says both of them have a sticker on the front of it when you unbox them. It says we keep it local and then we delete it. It's not going to the cloud. So there's been some concerns about these pictures, you know, possibly getting out or something. I think they're trying to help with. I think they're realizing that the cameras are valuable, and some people may want them off, so it's off by default. But then I actually like it, just so I can see where is it getting stuck or where is it having problems at. But you know,
Finished cleaning.
okay, so it's finished. Okay, I've got the Roborock telling it to clean, but I want to talk to you about, you know, again, at first I was like, I liked the picture taking ability, but I'm seeing now I may not need it, because when it does a cleaning job and you look at the report, all right, so the X40 removed its mop pads because it knows it's going to clean carpet. And again, that's not on by default. But I do like that feature, because it can only raise its mop pads 10 millimeters. So it's, you know, the Roborock can lift them twice as high. The Roborock can lift its mop pads twice as high, but the Dreame can remove them. And the reason I'm saying that it's not needing that as much, because in a history report, you can see, even if it doesn't take a picture, it still tells you there's an obstacle there, but you can see where it's like, it's not going in this area, like what's going on. Okay, so here's the Dreame. Again, it's even a little bit quieter when it's vacuuming carpet. I'm sorry I didn't show you. I think they both clean carpet very well, as far as when they just vacuum. I didn't show you exactly the dustbin. Now, as you can see, for any robot, it's hard to get up to the edge because its brush roller is actually that far away. Now, with mopping, it moves that mop pad, but with vacuuming, it is kind of hard to get that close. So the Dreame does look like it's avoiding that dog poop. All right, starting to go around it. and it'll do its typical take a picture and back up probably. It does stay well away from it, okay. Yeah, it's doing a pretty good job. I have no idea if it's going to miss that cable or not. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I wish it turned its side brush on, but it doesn't for carpet. That might be a setting. There are so many settings on these robots. I don't even think I'm doing them all. Now, I do have detailed setups where I do go through each part of the app. But again, they're just so extensive. Sometimes I don't even know some things. And I have videos on how to do all the maintenance. The maintenance is a little bit easier on the Dreame, but the Roborock I think is a little bit, they've just been doing it a little bit longer. And they make their parts, you know, a little bit more, see, up, there goes the Dreame. Yeah, it ran it over. I mean, it has avoided it, and it probably will. Nope. Yeah, the Roborock parts are just more accessible because they're on Amazon. Yeah, and the Dreame did the same thing. That is so hard to do, I guess. The Dreame's doing a pretty good job. It did leave some of the stuff around, but I wanted to avoid that dog waste. And again, earlier I showed you, so the Dreame also has, you can add an extra cleaning area and you can exclude one. That's very nice. All right, so here is, yeah, it didn't take, sometimes it'll take a picture of the pet waste and sometimes it avoided it, but it just didn't take a picture of it. It got a picture of my shoes. No, that's just a strap on the floor. So these are not 100%. They both give live updates of where the robot is. Okay, again, let's go over. I got my scorecards here. We're going to talk about it. I bought both of these with my own money. $1,900, $1,800. I would get the Roborock. But I do love the Dreame X40. The only reason I would get the Roborock is because I think customer service and parts, bags, brushes, everything is easy. It's more accessible. And I do think the Dirt Detect might have worked a little bit better. I wish it had spinning mop pads. I do think spinning mop pads work a little bit better. But being able to raise 20 millimeters, then you got less moving parts. It's not taking the mop pads on and off. But all right, let's get into the Dreame X40. Got a 96A, 96 out of 100. The Roborock got a 97. And I really dinged the Dreame because of price. $1,900, that's super, super expensive. Now, the Roborock is also, it's $100 cheaper. Both of these go on sale. The Roborocks typically go on sale more. I'll see a Roborock, now this is brand new and it may not go on sale for a while, but Roborock typically puts their stuff on sale and they'll advertise it. So you're gonna know that when it's on sale more often. Now, I do have comparisons with, the Roborock has an S8, an older one. This is a lot better, but it's like twice the price. And then Dreame, I got the X30, I'll be comparing it to, and they've got the L20. I just did a comparison with the Dreame X40 and the L20. The L20 is $1,000, almost half the price. Yeah, and really the only thing I dinged the Dreame, again, okay, even in my detailed review, I minus the point for vacuuming on hardwood floors. It does, the Roborock does a little bit better job of vacuuming on floors, and it got dinged, basically 2 points. Where's the other 4? Can it leave it? Okay, so originally I did minus a point for mop pads, but it raises them so high that I just can't fault it for that anymore. But if you're needing something quieter, you cannot beat the quietness of the Dreame. Yeah, this is such a tough call because the Dreame is so easy to work on. Changing mop pads is easy. There's nothing really wrong with that's okay, but the Dreame's easier. The side brush, easier. That little brush is very delicate, and I'm afraid, you know, when I work on this, it seems like I might break it. Now, the Roborock has a bigger filter in the dustbin, so it's gonna last a little bit longer between cleanings. The Dreame has a filter, but it's a little bit smaller. So again, there's just so many differences, things I love about both of them. Now, I will put links to both of these right underneath the show description notes where you can purchase them. If you follow me on Instagram, I do tell you when they go on sale. I'll do a really quick post and say, hey, the Dreame's on sale, because sometimes they don't advertise these really well. And that way, if you purchase them through my link, I get a small commission from the sale. The product won't cost you anymore, but that way I can continue to do these honest reviews. I buy these with my own money. I have super high, when you spend $1,900 on a robot, I have extremely high expectations for it. Now, it met them pretty close. Same with the Roborock, extremely high expectations. And that's why this video was super long. And I'm not done yet. I got to go over the apps. You know, I'm going to show you as much as I can between the two apps, but extremely high expectations when these are the two powerhouses of the robots right now. The Eufy X10 Pro Omni, I'm going to be comparing it to both of these next. I mean, it's half the price. It's 800 bucks. And it's even been on sale for $650. And it's actually a really good vacuum. So, are they meeting? You have to wait till these go on sale. Full price is not the price to pay for these. I do it so that I can get the video out to you, and then when they're on sale, you can look at the video. So what's a good price point for these? Roborock, $1,500? Yes. Dreame, if it was $1,500? Yes. That's a pretty big price drop. You know, you see these around $1,200, you definitely want to jump on them because that's an excellent price. You're getting a ton of features. And I didn't even go over. The Roborock's got a really good voice app. You can talk to them. Both of them you can connect to your Alexa device. They both can be robot. You can turn a video camera on and tell it to go around your house and say, hey, is the cat over here in the corner? You can tell it on the app. If you're in another state, you can move your robot around, take a video. You can record the video. You can talk through the robot. So having these things as little, like, you know, security devices, if you think you left something on or you think something's wrong in the house, or to check on the pets, you know, even to check on an elderly person. If you put this at your mom's house and you want to check on her, you could tell the robot to go to a certain room and check on it. And you would have two-way communication. You can talk to the person and you can listen, so you can hear, and they can talk to you. That's a pretty smart feature. And both of them do it. Again, they both do it. The LiDAR navigation, I think, is almost identical. The maps of the house look almost identical. The no-go zones, all of that's really good. There's the camera app you can turn on. And again, you can do custom. I normally do the Clean Genius, which is like AI. This is the Dreame. I can do vacuum, mop, vacuum and mop, mop after vacuum, and a custom. I got different suction levels, and I do have a whole bunch of different wetness levels. Now, when you got it in Clean Genius, it's determining what it needs. You're not picking. You're just telling it to vacuum and mop or mop after vacuum. You can select a deep clean. Now, on the Roborock, there's the Smart AI, which is like, it's going to figure out how to clean your house. Vacuum and mop. Different levels of suction, different levels of intensity and water flow. Mop, again, this is all when you do custom. When you're in the AI, it's figuring it out for you. Mop only, vacuum, and I can do a custom per room. And both of these will let you pick what order to clean the rooms in. You know, they got a cleaning history. I do think the Roborock, let's see, this one, I forgot now. Which one? Oh, yeah, the cleaning history will let me click on the picture. Let's look at this one. The history. Yeah, this was last night. I had to clean my entire basement. It does give you a dirt map. So, levels of dirt. I found out to be, it's only for the mopping, apparently. Now the Dreame does the same thing. You click on this, Or no, it just says uncleaned areas and cleaned areas. I thought it gave a dirt map, but a little different as far as cleaning. You know, put them on a schedule, carpet settings, you know, mop detach. That's pretty neat. Clean carpet first. This is the Roborock. You know, it's got a bunch of adjustments for, you know, carpet rise, flex arm. See, I've got that on. It just never did it. Automatic re-mopping. I've got that on, but I wish it would have done that for those muddy paw prints. Dock settings. You can change how long the dryer is, the dustbin, the washing mode, temperature. Both of them you can adjust the temperature. There's so much. And they have maintenance. You know, when's everything due. Kind of shows you a little bit how to do it. Obstacle avoidance. They're really putting a lot of this in your control. The photos, again, off by default. You got to go in and turn it on. Pet snaps, that's kind of neat on the Roborock. It hasn't done it yet, but supposedly it'll take a picture of your pet if it sees your pet. Voice assistant, remote viewing, AI laboratory. That's kind of like new stuff coming out. I even got it on there to extend the flexi arm for crevices, but I never saw it extend. I'll bet they'll do an update, or maybe mine's bad. Again, carpet boost. This is the Dreame. Again, AI driven, side reach, mop extend, frequency, dock settings, time, temperature. You can have it auto add detergent. I guess you can turn that off if you want it just to do water. Auto rewashing. Both of them will sense, this is a little bit of a gray area, but both of them will sense the water. So when they wash the mop pads, it'll sense the dirty water being sucked up into the dirty water tank. And if it sees that it's really dirty, I know the Dreame will, but it'll like extend the wash time. And I think the Roborock does that too. And again, the washing, how much it washes it, the Dreame, the drying time, auto empty. So many different settings, more functions. Do not disturb is a good one. It's on by default. Resume and clean, child lock, notifications. Yeah, just a lot of different settings. Now, something neat that the Roborock's starting to come up with is it's got routines that you can add, and they make it very easy. Like after meals, vacuum followed by a mop. Deep cleaning for weekends, intensive sweeping. So that's kind of neat. I thought I saw that on the Dreame. I can't find it right now. It's real easy on the Roborock. It's right here where you see routines. And different, you can do different things with the dock. Empty, you can empty, wash, and stop drying. Same with here. Empty, wash, dry. Okay, so if I missed something, let me know in the comments. I'm trying to be as extensive as I can with these. You know, my scoring, they just get super long, but these are super powerful vacuums that just have a lot to do. And you know, it comes down to clean. I think they both cleaned about the same as far as mopping. So if you could give me a follow on Instagram. I have a Facebook group page where I do free giveaways. And thanks everybody for watching. If you could give it a thumbs up, a like, and subscribe. And thanks for watching. Again, I really do appreciate everybody's support. I love what I do. I love buying these with my own money, giving you an honest review. My reviews are real world, honest reviews. There's not testing of putting gauges on it and stuff. There's a place for that. That's just not my videos right now. My videos are, I'm putting it in my house. My house has stuff everywhere. I have a dog, you know, and I've got these muddy paw prints that I'm putting on the floor that I'm trying to simulate things that could happen to you in real world. So that's kind of my videos where they come from, a real world experience. I love what I do. I love doing these videos. I love buying them with my own money. That way I can tell you I am not held by anybody on this video. I mean, I can say anything I want about these products. I don't get emails from them. I don't get anything. And that's just such a refreshing feeling. I've had stuff sent to me in the past. And then you're on an email with them. And then if it's not right, they may email you and say, we don't like this. I don't want to do that anymore. I want to buy them with my own money. And if you click on the links down below the video here, it'll take you to Amazon. Sometimes it takes you to Walmart. I'm an affiliate with both of those. And what that means is if you click on that link, it'll take you to Amazon or Walmart. The product won't cost you anymore if you end up buying it, but I do get a very small commission from that sale. And then that way it supports my channel and I can continue to buy those. Again, I really do like all three, but I can say anything I want about them. And I'm here to help. I'm here to show people, you know, this is a lot of money to spend on these robot vacuum cleaners. And so I'm just so excited about the future and what's going on, and I love what I'm doing. And some of my best, you know, I've gotten some comments that wanted me to change a few things and I was a little hurt by them, but those have been some of the best changes I've made. So at first I'm like, but then I'm okay. Some of your best improvements come from honest feedback. And so I really do appreciate the honest feedback. Again, check out my Instagram page. I got a Facebook group page, Just a Dad Videos Facebook group page. It's in the links down below in the description. Free giveaways there. Again, just having fun. Me and Fiona, and the wife's upstairs, and we're just having so much fun, loving what we're doing. And thank you so much. And look who made these muddy paw prints. I guess you get a treat.